How's it going, everybody out there in YouTube land? Skippy02 here. Been a while since did any videos or unboxings or anything really with the channel. I apologize, but some of y'all may or may not know I'm in the midst of opening an actual shop, the brick and mortar style, and that has been consuming a lot of my time, so I do apologize for lacking on the videos, but we got this right here. Just came. This is a UTG 3-to-9 power, 32 objective, what they call bug buster scope, 1-inch tube, and it uses the mil-dot reticle. Just picked this up on the cheap from the Amazon, and it arrived, and we're going to open it up and take a look together. It is sealed and everything. This was already damaged, torn, whatever. There was like some plastic stuff on it or something, but whatever. I'm going to bust out the trusty Microtech, slide all this up, and let's open it up and we'll see it all together. Okay, so there we have the actual scope, and then one of the kind of cool things about most of these Leapers scope, the UTG scopes are made by a company called Leapers, who's been in business for a long time. I don't even know how long, a long time, but anyway, they make decent, affordable optics and whatnot, and UTG is apparently getting them to build their own flagship line of scopes, which is interesting because if you go to Leapers and actually go through their products, pretty much you'll find the exact same thing with Leapers' name on it, and in fact you'll generally find the UTG ones with Leapers' name on them somewhere. So anyway, included is a 2-inch sunshade. And if you're in the South like me, along the Gulf Coast, well, that sure does come in handy dandy. Let's see, it is aluminum, pretty stout, ribbed on the inside. Looks like it's actually threaded, so yeah, I don't know if you're catching that or not with this little camera setup, but internally threaded and externally threaded, so I'm guessing it threads on to the objective side, and then maybe there's ARDs or kill flashes or something for that. So that's kind of cool they include that. And then I guess this the ring, yeah, QD rings, and that's QD as in quick disconnect, not QD as in my wife's a cutie. Let's see, couple of batteries, lens cloth, I'm guessing, yeah. Where's the bag? No, it's a lens cloth. Pretty sizable lens cloth. If you're subscribed to the channel, you've probably seen previously I've done some unboxing and whatnot reviews on a couple of the other UTG scopes, optics, whatnot, and most all of them have been pretty impressive. None of them have failed me. There was one that I don't remember which model it was now, but there was one that I just the turrets on it I did not care for. But anyway, the others, specifically their Leapers, UTG Elites, Pros, whatever they call themselves, have all served pretty well so far. So anyway, let's see, you got 3 Allen wrenches, a spare screw, 2 batteries, a lens cloth, a sunshade, and then some QD rings. And they are 4-bolt aluminum spring-loaded Picatinny. It's got a firm feel to the movement The one thing I don't like about these is they don't have an actual physical lock on them to lock them into place like some of the other more, anyway, whatever. But I have used UTG's quick releases before, and I've never had one just accidentally come undone, so I'm really kind of complaining about nothing. But it would be an added bonus if it did have some kind of a locking feature other than just getting it down tight and then taking your Allen key and torquing that down so that it's just, you know, dead set locked into place. Another thing, I don't know if the camera's going to catch this, that I've noticed about these UTG tactical rings, I think is what they call them. But they add the Teflon non-marring tape to the inside that has a finish to it that will not mar or scratch the tube of your scope and adds that extra little bit of grab and compression. But yeah, so anyways, you get the two matching rings and whatnot. So that's cool. Then you get the sunshade, like I said, and then you got some tools and this, that, and the other, a little bit of everything. Basically everything you need to be good to go. So yeah, we'll chuck that off to the side too. Whoops. And don't mind my couch. Like I said, it's the Memorial holiday, and well, I am doing exactly that, having a holiday, taking it off. So I am chilling at home on my couch with you guys, of course. Anyway, what you came for? Enough nonsense, right? Come on, Scipio2, you talk too much. Yabba dabba 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 doo. Some paperwork in here. Couldn't get it out. Okay. Anyway, here's the package. Here's some of the features. I'm not going to read them all to you. If you want to read those, go ahead and hit your pause button and read away. Leapers Incorporated, Optics User Manual, leapers.com. Exposure more. RGB, yes, it has multiple illumination. How to operate MilDot. MilDot estimating card. Yeah, okay, whatever. More paperwork. Alright, flip caps on both sides. 3 to 9 power, as I said, right there. Ooh, that's tight. 3 to 9. Okay, that's a little better. Maybe it's just been sitting for a while. Anyway, the adjustment is 3 to 9 on the ocular piece, and that is pretty stiff. Little knob there for getting a hold of as you're turning. It'd be nice if they had it threaded or something so you could add a throw lever to it. Turrets are compact. Obviously, you can see this is a compact scope. I want to say it's 8 1/4 inches long, and I want to say it weighs like 14 ounces, I think I remember reading. But made in China, of course, for anybody who was wondering. But anyway, compact scope, I think 14 ounces, and just over 8 inches long. It is a 1-inch tube. It is, what, 32 millimeter objective, I believe. Let's see how these caps flip. Not too bad. Not too bad. A little bit of flexi play. Springs have decent tension in them, and it feels like it sits pretty good on there. Let's see. Pull this off. Ooh, that's definitely on there pretty snug. Yeah, 32 millimeter objective. MilDot. Here's your parallax adjustment out here. One of the things about this scope is that it's advertised as having a 3-foot parallax. So 3 foot to infinity, no parallax at all. Within 3 foot, you shouldn't need this scope anyway. If you're shooting at anything within 3 foot, you don't need this. But anyway, that's kind of a cool point. Let's see the rear cap. Yeah, it feels about the same as the front one. Click shut. It's got a good detent. Springs on it got good tension. Yeah, very much like a Butler Creek. Kind of a pliable rubber ring and a hard cap. So that's kind of nice. Nice big eye relief there. Yeah, eye relief's pretty good. What are you talking about there? I don't know. In that ballpark. It's that big, I tell you. Not very scientific, I know. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Fine focal adjustment. I was talking about your parallax. I didn't go into all that anyway. You have your 10 yard, 5 yard, 3 yard. I'm sorry, maybe I said 3 foot. I meant to say 3 yards. My bad. 3 yards and out, 0 parallax. So again, if you're shooting anything at 3 yards, you probably don't need this. If you do, then you've got problems. But anyway, 3 yard to infinity adjustable parallax. I don't put a whole lot of stake in all of that anyway, because generally I zero my optics out at 100 yards, and that's good. If you've got an optic that has parallax problems within 100 yards, then you've got more problems. The turrets are compact, but they're well knurled for a good hold and feel. Ooh, this one's locked. Or is it just that stiff? It might be locked. Yeah. It feels like they may have put the locks on them. Anyway, they're marked for 0. They are 0 resettable. Both for windage and elevation. Put it back to 0. Lock it. Yeah, and it gets real tight. So yeah, locking and like I said, resettable to 0. Once you've got all your dope and everything figured out on the scope, loosen this here while holding the turret so it doesn't move, and then roll everything back to 0, and then tighten it down. And voila, you're back at 0, and you've got your full flange, where did that come from? Your full swing of adjustment from 0 at 0. Tracking? Everybody tracking? If not, I don't know how to explain that. Comment down below. Maybe I'll do a video on explaining how that works. But anyway, yeah, so there it is. Feels pretty decent. It is illuminated. I don't think I mentioned that. Let's see. How's this little cap open? I'm turning it off and on and everything else. Yeah, battery's not in there. Looks like it should be a 2032, but those batteries it came with are definitely not 2032. But it is rheostat style switch with red and green illumination for people who are into all that kind of thing. But yeah, let's see. It looks like mil-dot reticle. I believe I remember reading that the reticle is actually wire floated into this. It's not actually etched glass inside. Some people like that, some people don't. Generally, I'm not a fan of it. I prefer the glass to be. But some people have said that these scopes tend to have the wire optic crosshairs crooked and shit from the factory. And I'm looking at this one, and obviously this is not scientific or anything, but they look pretty freaking straight up and down and side to side in accordance with the turrets and everything. And generally that would be what you would use to level it, right? So anyway, I had another version of this same scope, but it was a full-size scope, and when I saw they had a compact version available, I thought this would be a good opportunity to get my hands on that. And for the money, it's going to be tough to beat. So as long as it does everything it says it does, should be good to go. We're not going to war with it, and I'm not expecting it to do any severe brutal tests. And if you're on my page looking for reviews where I'm freezing things and cooking things and burning things and shooting things and beating them with sledgehammers and throwing them across parking lots and all that kind of stuff, I'm not your guy. I don't think that's necessary, because while I understand accidents happen and when the shit hits the fan, it's everything's worst case scenario, but generally speaking, that's not a problem. That's not, you're not going to go out and intentionally throw your shit around or anything. But anyway, that is it right there. The UTG Bug Buster 3-9 by 32 with mil-dot reticle. There are a couple other reticle options, but I'm kind of old fuddy-duddy. I like the mil-dot reticle. Again, adjustable turrets, 1-inch tube, all one-piece construction, gas purged, water resistant to 33 meters, just over 8 inches long, 14 ounces, I believe. Don't hold me to the gospel on that. Includes everything you need: the quick disconnect tactical rings, a 2-inch sunshade, and flip caps. All right. Well, if you have any other questions, more specific details, information you'd like, by all means, go ahead, post that in the comments. I will include a link in the information down below where you can go and get all the technical data and blah, 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 yibbity yabbity legal mumbo jumbo if you want. But as always, thanks for watching. Appreciate you taking the time to tune in. Y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And God bless. This is Skippy02, and I'm out of here.